Hello, citizen fan. Today we bring you the latest updates on Manchester City, including a promising new signing, squad changes, and potential departures of key players. Before we begin, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to the channel to stay up to date with everything about our beloved Man City. Manchester City is preparing for a major squad overhaul and has already started working behind the scenes. The club has secured a deal to bring in one of Europe's most promising young talents, Rooney Bardghji, a Swedish forward currently playing for FC Copenhagen. This signing marks the beginning of a new era at the club under the leadership of the new sporting director, Hugo Viana, who will take over from Cheeky Begiristain. This change is part of City's strategic plan to maintain its competitiveness and further strengthen the squad for the coming seasons. With City currently sitting in 5th place in the Premier League, the team is heading into a crucial final stretch in the race for a top 4 finish, securing their spot in next season's Champions League. There are only 9 matches left in the league, and the team will need a flawless performance to guarantee qualification. Furthermore, the upcoming transfer window is expected to be busy with the potential departure of some key players. Among those who could leave the club are Kevin De Bruyne, Jack Grealish, Bernardo Silva, John Stones, and Ederson. Injuries have also been a recurring issue for City this season. Key defensive players such as Ruben Dias, Manuel Akanji, Stones, and Nathan Ake have spent long periods on the sidelines, affecting the team's performance in crucial moments. Hugo Viana's mission will be to manage these uncertainties and decide the future of players whose contracts are nearing their end. Manchester City is already monitoring potential reinforcements, including Florian Wirtz from Bayer Leverkusen, Ederson Silva from Atalanta, and Andrea Cambiaso from Juventus. According to Football Insider, the signing of Bardghji will be one of the first major moves under Viana's leadership. The 19-year-old forward is considered a top prospect and will be available on a free transfer next summer, as his contract with FC Copenhagen is coming to an end. City sees him as an excellent option to strengthen the attack, which currently relies heavily on Erling Haaland. With Bardghji's arrival and other planned signings, Guardiola hopes to add more depth to the squad and introduce greater tactical variety to the attacking department. Manchester City is not only strengthening its attacking sector, but also dealing with the departure of key players, such as right-back Kyle Walker. The 34-year-old, who was a crucial part of City's historic achievements, including the treble in the 2022-23 season, is no longer in Pep Guardiola's immediate plans for the future. Kyle Walker, who was signed from Tottenham in 2017, has seen his importance in the team diminish in recent times. The fullback played a fundamental role in City's defense over the past seasons, being responsible for neutralizing top European attackers such as Kylian Mbappé and Leroy Sané. However, his decline in performance, particularly in terms of speed, has led to his loss of space within the squad. In January, Walker was loaned to AC Milan, and the Italian club is now looking to negotiate the player's permanent transfer. However, Milan is unwilling to pay the $5 million demanded by Manchester City and is trying to negotiate a lower fee. City, on the other hand, is reluctant to reduce the price, given that Walker is still a valuable player with international experience and has performed well for Milan since his arrival. Walker's situation reflects the changes City is making to its squad. The team continues to seek new players who can sustain the winning era that Guardiola has built, but also needs to manage the departure of historic figures who have contributed significantly to the club's success in recent years. Moreover, the transfer market activity does not stop there. Atletico Madrid, one of Spain's top clubs, is also eyeing another Manchester City player. This time, the target is goalkeeper Stefan Ortega. Atletico is searching for a new goalkeeper amid growing speculation about the possible departure of Jan Oblak, who has been the club's starting goalkeeper for over 10 years. Ortega, who joined City in 2022 as Ederson's backup, has been a reliable substitute and has played 50 matches for the team. The 32-year-old German goalkeeper has showcased great ability between the posts, keeping 21 clean sheets and conceding only 49 goals in his appearances. However, Ortega is unhappy with his role as the second-choice goalkeeper and wants more playing time. He may see Atletico Madrid as an opportunity to become a starter at a major club. Ortega's contract with City runs until 2026, and the club has already offered him a renewal. However, the lack of minutes in the starting 11 has been a crucial factor in his consideration of a move. Atletico sees Ortega as an excellent option at an affordable cost and is looking to take advantage of the situation to sign him during this transfer window. The possible departure of Ortega is a reflection of the many uncertainties surrounding Manchester City's future. If the goalkeeper does leave the club, Pep Guardiola will have to find a solution for the goalkeeping position, which could involve recruiting a new goalkeeper or repositioning some of the team's more experienced players. Shifting the focus slightly, one of the biggest questions surrounding Manchester City is the future of one of its biggest names, Julian Alvarez. The young Argentine forward made history in City's colors, but following his transfer to Atletico Madrid this window, the club faces a dilemma. Was selling Alvarez the right decision? Alvarez, who had an impressive season with City, especially after Haaland's injury, continued to shine at Atletico Madrid, recording 23 goals and 5 assists this season. His performances at Atletico have served as a reminder of the potential City lost by allowing his departure. However, City is looking ahead and preparing for the next generation of talent to replace the team's stars. During the last transfer window, the club invested around $190 million in new players, bringing in talents such as Omar Maric, Vitor Abduka Kusanov, and Naik Gonzalez, all under the age of 23. The standout signing among them is Maric, who has been compared to Haaland for his goal-scoring ability and has already made a positive impact at the club. With Haaland experiencing ups and downs this season, City sees Maric as a potential long-term answer to its goal-scoring needs. The young Egyptian has already demonstrated his quality by scoring 20 goals in 25 games for Eintracht Frankfurt and will now be tested at a higher level in City's colors. With Alvarez's departure, City has the opportunity to give playing time to new talents such as Maric and Claudio Echeverri, who was signed from River Plate for $12.5 million. Echeverri was a standout performer in the South American U20 Championship, and his technical ability and vision could make him the next big name in world football. As Manchester City takes its first steps into a new era under the leadership of Hugo Viana, expectations for the 2025-26 season are high. The combination of promising youngsters, such as Rooney Bardghji, Omar Maric, and Claudio Echeverri with experienced players like Kevin De Bruyne and Erling Haaland, could be the key to City continuing its pursuit of more titles. However, it is also important to remember that while City is preparing for the future, there are still pressing issues to be resolved this season. The battle for a top-4 finish in the Premier League, which guarantees a spot in the UEFA Champions League, remains intense, and every point gained will be crucial to preventing the season from turning into a disappointment. With 9 games remaining, Guardiola's team will have to overcome the challenges posed by injuries to key players and the potential departure of some big names in the squad, which could affect the team's stability in the coming weeks. What is at stake is not just a place in Europe's most prestigious competition, but also City's status as one of the most powerful clubs in world football. The team's ability to adapt to these changes and uncertainties will be tested, but Guardiola's squad has shown over the years that it is capable of overcoming adversity. Beyond the Premier League and the search for new reinforcements, City also faces the challenge of maintaining dominance in other competitions. The FA Cup, where they remain in contention, could be one of the few chances to secure a trophy this season. However, if things do not go as planned in the domestic league, the focus will shift towards the future and the emerging talents arriving at the club. Speaking of the new generation City is shaping, we cannot overlook the impact that young players like Maric could have on the team. The Egyptian, who caught attention at Eintracht Frankfurt by scoring 20 goals in 25 games, now joins City with the mission of being a viable alternative to Haaland. What is fascinating is how Guardiola, known for his meticulous approach to squad building, may utilize Maric to complement the Norwegian giant's skill set. At the same time, with the arrival of Claudio Echeverri, Manchester City appears to be investing not only in forwards, but also in midfielders and versatile players who can contribute to the team's transitions. Echeverri, with his refined technical ability and sharp vision, could be exactly what City needs to maintain their attacking strength and create new dynamics on the pitch, especially when facing difficult opponents. However, the departure of Alvarez to Atletico Madrid, while a significant loss, could also represent a new opportunity for the team. The Argentine forward's exit may open the door for Guardiola to experiment with new combinations and bring more creativity to the attack. City has always been a team that effectively utilizes tactical alternatives, and with more young players arriving, the squad's versatility is likely to become a key advantage for the future. Nevertheless, uncertainties remain regarding the continuity of some of the club's iconic players, such as De Bruyne and Bernardo Silva. These two are fundamental pieces in Guardiola's tactical structure, and their future decisions will be crucial for Manchester City's immediate prospects. If either of these stars decides to leave, their positions will need to be filled with quality replacements, something the club is clearly preparing for, as evidenced by recent transfer market activity. That said, the real question is, what does the future hold for Manchester City in an increasingly competitive Premier League? The presence of clubs like Liverpool, Arsenal, Manchester United, and Chelsea adds pressure on City, who, despite their reinforcements, will need to prove once again that they can maintain their dominance. Hugo Viana's work as head of football operations will be crucial in making the right choices, particularly in terms of transfers and squad management, to ensure the team remains competitive. In this context, one of Viana's biggest responsibilities will be handling the contractual situations of the squad's more experienced players, especially those with 1 or 2 years remaining on their contracts. Players like João Cancelo, who has a complicated relationship with Guardiola, and even Kevin De Bruyne, whose contract expires in 2027, require clear decisions regarding their future at the club. Keeping these key figures will be essential to ensuring City does not lose its identity. Furthermore, we must not forget that with the possible departures of players like Kyle Walker and Stefan Ortega, City will need to strengthen in positions that still lack top-level options. Even with the arrival of new talents, the experience and leadership that these players provide are irreplaceable, and the search for reinforcements must consider the need for a balance between youth and experience. For now, the focus is on securing a place in the Champions League and making transfer decisions that will shape the team's future. For Manchester City, what is at stake is not just winning more trophies, but maintaining their status as one of the world's footballing powerhouses. And so, City fans, the club is on the brink of major transformations in the coming months. The team is preparing for a new cycle, with the signing of young talents and key decisions that will define the club's future. There is still plenty to play for this season, and the battle for silverware and a Champions League spot will be crucial in upholding City's tradition of success. If you have followed along this far, you know we are in the midst of an exciting journey, and of course, your opinion is essential. So be sure to share your thoughts on all these upcoming changes and signings. What do you expect from this new phase under Hugo Viana's leadership? Can City remain among the world's elite? We want to hear from you. And if you enjoyed the video, don't forget to drop a like and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any updates on Manchester City. Let's continue supporting the team together as always in pursuit of more triumphs and unforgettable moments. See you in the next video, and a big shout out to all you City fans.